Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a day in a life vlog. Yes, well, we'll see how much of the day of life it is. Well, I'll just take you on my journey of working on my web novel, The Archives of BFF, Lost Files. If you guys see my videos, the lighting and everything, it just keeps changing. Just bear with me. I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm recording on my Samsung Flip 4. Yeah, and then I'm transferring over to my Mac, which Samsung to Mac. The quality gets kind of jacked up, but we're working on it. But today we are going to be working on my web novel. First, let's just check the analytics and see how well it's doing, and then we'll get on to it. From my last video where I talked about updating or transferring all my files over, we are looking at 42 chapters. I uploaded one yesterday and I have one for today. It's a part 2. We're gonna go check the analytics and see how well you're doing. And we're doing fine. I think it's good. That's 19 people. Some people might say this is not a lot, but it's better than getting 0, you know, because one thing that I learned as a writer, as a content creator, especially for Christian content, is this. Like, there was a point in time where I was getting 0. So for the next time being, I'm going to be writing stuff. No, I'm going to draw, and I'm going to try to get the drawing out. And so yeah, let's just kind of get started on that. It is 10, I believe. Yep, it's 10/10 more specifically, January 23rd, and I have to get started. I have some weird news. Okay, so I was going to draw the next chapter, but I realized I already did it. I did it yesterday. So I guess we're pretty... Oh, yeah, I had to just kind of fix a few things. Like, okay, now it's done. Like, I just had to add the background bar, but it's kind of already done? Question mark? I mean, I could tweak it up a bit, but... Okay. No? Yeah, I already did the cover art. I did this yesterday. I don't know why I was acting like I didn't do anything. There is still more though. This has to go up, but then I have to do the next one, which is my final one for the week. And it's... So we'll work on that instead. But I have to get this uploaded. So let's upload that. And no, I have to edit it and then upload. Okay, so really quickly, sorry, I got super duper sidetracked. I was just drawing and getting stuff uploaded for the website, and not the website, for my web novel onto Inkit, and next thing you know, my mom's showing me some stuff, and I don't know, this is so funny. I don't know if you guys seen A Different World, but there's this character named Whitney, and there's an episode they're talking about like ancestries and stuff, and she was talking about how her family was one of those people who they weren't enslaved, but they owned slaves and stuff. I'm not saying that's what I thought what my family was, but on my mother's side at least, I come from a indigenous background, Cherokee, and it's interesting because we found a rabbit hole, very, very big rabbit hole, and apparently indigenous people were slaves. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't think that my family was part of it, because my family is from, my bloodline is from, like, the Midwest, so, like, well, mainly Kansas, but Kansas, Missouri, and apparently Tennessee now, but I only knew up to the part where they lived above the 51 compromise, the 51 line, I believe it's called, or the 50th. I thought they lived above that, so I just assumed that they weren't affected by it, because I have family members who are part of the shiny, I'm not sure it's called that tribe. It's some tribe out. I think it's not the shiny. I think it's the shiny. I'm not sure. I have some members who are in a different tribe, but they're in the tribe that's outside of Kansas City. But I have family members who are part of the tribe up, like above. It's above Kansas City. Like it's like Kansas City, Ohio. Like in that corner, there's a tribe over there. But like, so I just assumed like. I remember learning in college especially that there was tribes in the Kansas City area who they would hide slaves and stuff, and that was like one thing. So they weren't really enslaved, so I'm not sure, but apparently no, that's not my family line story. So yeah, apparently I don't know, but I guess on my bloodline, my bloodlines were slaves, so nice to know. We'll see if there's anything on there. I do have papers. No, I don't have papers, but I have my bloodline does have papers. It's just someone gotta find it. There's a family member who lost it, and so yeah. But yeah, I guess I'm Cherokee. I just don't have the papers, so I didn't necessarily claim it, apparently. Perfectly fine. Despite some family members being able to, but that's besides the point. We're gonna get back into the video. God bless. And good luck, Charlie, because now my entire family is like my grandparents, all of them are on this hunt to find literally, like right now we're in the 1700s, so let's see if we can get to the 1500s and I don't know, get to Jesus time. Let's see. We'll see how that goes. I will say though, I am pretty sure I'm not related to Pocahontas, and I'm pretty sure I'm not related to, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not in the Thomas Jefferson bloodline, because there's a lot of people who are. I highly doubt it, because my family was not hanging out over the way on the East Coast, so. Okay, so you might just see that I just uploaded my story, or at least like the cover art of the file that I just worked on, or the entry I worked on. I uploaded it onto Pinterest, and it's been a dead account for honestly the last couple of months, but just in the last few days, I think I had been starting to post like honestly like 2 days ago, it has jumped from 10 monthly views to 200 monthly views. So it literally just jumped overnight. So I just literally refreshed my page and it jumped to 200 monthly views, so that's good. I actually have another like personal Pinterest account. I literally posted nothing on there. There's like a few things on there, and it gets on average 500 to 1,000 monthly views, and I don't even touch it. Like I haven't posted on it since 2021, 2022, so it's been a while since I posted on there, and that's doing pretty well. So like with this right here, I don't know, it's pretty easy to honestly deal with and manage. So when I first started with Pinterest, I was just bulking everything on there. I would draw a ton of pictures and then upload all at once. Now I'm gonna just gradually add to it, so every single time I upload onto Inkit, I'm just gonna go ahead and upload to my Instagram page, which it's a ghost town, right? It wasn't on there, but I at least wanted to look decent, so posting on Instagram, and then I post it in Pinterest, and then I need to go onto my personal website, which if you want to donate to help keep the lights on for it, link in the bio. I'm gonna have to upload the thing onto there, so that if any bypassers are trying to figure out the storyline where they're supposed to read next in the archives, just so it's honestly just like a library system. I'm gonna upload that photo over there, and then I'm probably gonna eat lunch. So yeah. Okay, one thing that I want to add really quickly is that on the website I left some of those archives. Okay, so if you watch my video that was like 2 posts ago, I talked about how I was transferring my files to my web novel to Inkit. Well, some of them actually left on my website. And you might be like, why? Well, because I don't feel like taking it down. So yeah, it's there, so it is free to read on there. Like the first early chapters, they're still on the website to read, but the new chapters you have to go to Inkit. So I wanted to point that out. Bro, the trail keeps trailing. I'm so off track. I'm supposed to be drawing right now, but bro, just found out crazy stuff like being related to Jefferson Davis. Like, I know who that dude is. I learned about him in history class when I was in college. Like, the president of the Confederate. No, it's crazy stuff, bro. Like, right now we made our way to England. Like, it just keeps going and going. Interesting. Like, I kid you not, y'all, it just keeps going. Like, I'm about to hit 15 on it. Like, so many people, they already did these family trees, so like for me, I can just click on. But hey, yo, like, I don't know if y'all read like First or Second Chronicles in the Bible, but it's given First and Second Chronicles. This thing goes back like I just hit 1500 and it's 2025. This is crazy. This is like the most random. Like, this was not planned. Like, I was just going to draw and show y'all me uploaded some stuff. Like, this is crazy. If y'all ain't on ancestry.com, crazy. Go get that free trial. It ain't sponsored. Go get that free trial. They're crazy. This is crazy. And I feel really bad for people who are adopted, or because I won't say which side, but it's a side of on one of the sides of my family where it's out of wedlock. And when you're sleeping around, guys, pro tip, don't sleep around, because when you sleep around, you don't know your bloodline. It makes it so much harder when everyone is not married, because marriages, birth certificates, like that all gets, like, folks were just sleeping around. When you sleeping around, you hit dead and quit. But if you stay married, or at least keep documentation, at least if it was a common law marriage, so you didn't like officially get married, like they sign papers, like. But when you're doing out of wedlock, bro, it ends. It really ends, because just imagine, like, if you just had a one night stand with someone, you didn't even get to know them long enough to even know their grandma's name. Like, bro, you sleeping around, I don't know how. It's pretty hard. If you sleeping around, it's gonna be pretty hard to get past the 1900s. I'll tell you that. Honestly, we already get past 1950. I'm just saying. I mean, again, these paper trails, they end. I'm surprised I'm past 1800s. I'm surprised I'm past 1700. 1500 is crazy though. Like, buku crazy. Yo, one thing I will say with this information that I'm seeing, the prayers been hit different, because we're gonna break some generational curses. I can see it. Like, look at the family tree, man. If you don't know what to pray about, bro, them generational curses, bro, they kind of, information starting to come out. Like, oh wow, this is like, nah, this is crazy. Like, seeing this is gonna be so much more helpful when you gotta do them generational curse breakers. Just a million times easier now. I don't know. Okay, I know I look so busted. Oh my gosh. This is editor Paris here. I wanted to just say one thing about this ancestry thing that I got. I thought I recorded, but I didn't. But anyways, one thing that I learned is like that Bible verse that talks about, I don't know the exact one, but if you Google it, it's pretty easy to find, which is like, God knew you like before you were born. Like, think about it. Like, like, I know me, but like God knew like these great people from like the 1700s who I don't even know. but God had a purpose. And like even when like there's some marriages that are, or people who were born in very unfortunate or not the most greatest terms of agreements, and knowing that like even in those situations, like God had a plan for me, like, or even and that goes for everyone, like just thinking like, you know, like how to say like, let your will be done as it is in heaven onto earth. It like it puts a whole new meaning. Like think about it, like I just think of like American history in general, like all the way from, you know, the Civil War, Revolution War, like even just America being existed, like there was a, because obviously before you hit like the 1600s and stuff, like we weren't even talking USA wasn't even a thing, but like I live in USA, crazy stuff, like even like the stuff that would later go on in the like just like all the stuff that would just later go on, like the civil rights movement, Jim Crow, like even like interracials, da da da. I mean, Trail of Tears. I mean, literally, I don't. If you don't know Trail of Tears, just Google it. That's research. You should, you know, homework class. You know what I'm saying? Like Trail of Tears. Like if Trail of Tears never happened, like where would I be? Where would my like grandparents be? Where would my grandma be? Like where would we all been at? Like had the manifest destiny not happened, and just doors wouldn't have had to open. And it's so weird seeing like, and I used to have this conversation in college with a lot of folks who may not have a similar background as me, but I used to be like, man, you know, this stuff is recent. Like just seeing like after such date, like segregation was over. That wasn't even a century ago. Like that really wasn't that long ago. And just seeing like just the whole bloodline thing, and like just thinking like, wow, God was keeping me in mind when these two people were, you know, having a good time, if that makes sense. And it's just like, wow, I eventually came out of all these people. It's kind of like Jesus Christ, like, you know, when David was alive, or even the story of Ruth, you know, like Jesus' bloodline could have easily ended if had Ruth not met Boaz. So it's like, or had Boaz not had a child, not bear a child, especially to Ruth, then that whole entire bloodline would have just stopped. But God was like, no, this bloodline needs to continue because Jesus will eventually come. Isn't that so amazing? God bless y'all. I don't know, I just wanted to add that in there because that whole thing was so crazy. And it's like, wow, God kept me in mind. So much crazy stuff happened in this lifetime, especially like Germany. Again, I used to live there, and I had other family members who also have lived in Germany, and even seeing like how the stuff of like just all the stuff of German history, like just all that coming to go through, and all that kept in mind for me to be able to now go and live there. And it's just weird. It just hits different, like the history stuff. And this is why you gotta pay attention to history class, because then you will understand like history, if that makes sense. It's like crazy work, but like God bless like the people who were obedient to like God's like commands, like Harriet Tubman, or even like Martin Luther King. I know those like really big names to say, but or even like the Salvation Army. Like shout outs to those people and their obedience, because without their obedience to God's will, then like a lot of stuff would not have to happen. So yeah, if you feel like your life is not important, or you feel like God hasn't done any, or God doesn't see you, He sees, because He kept you in mind all the way since the time of the beginning. And like literally, like He kept you in, like when it was 1814, and it's like the British American War. Like God's like, oh, out of this, like eventually, like so and so is gonna be so and so, and that's gonna be the great parents of you. And like think about it, like we gotta lock in, because like, and also things like the legacy, like what kind of legacy do you want to live? And it's just seeing how the devil is really trying to stop these generations from stopping. Like there's people who, like, let's be honest, if you are someone who's with someone who's the same gender, for example, we're being realistic, like you can't have kids. So it's like you're stopping the line from going. I'm not saying go out here and have kids. No, I'm not saying that. Some people just won't have kids. Like that's fine. I'm just thinking like things just don't. I see the how like genealogy works. I never thought of it in a way where it's like, I don't know. But like some people, you know, I get it. Some people do die prematurely. Some people don't have that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just yapping, but it's just crazy. Like I'm very grateful. Like, I feel like anyone should just think of their family tree, just be like, wow, God kept all these people in mind for this moment. And I see the stuff that's going on in South Korea with their birth rates going down, and just knowing that, like, because everyone's like, oh, I have to work. It's just crazy. Again, I'm not saying go out here and go have kids. Like, no, I'm not saying that, but it's just like, when they say, like, you never know, like, that next person might be the next person that will do something cool, like a legacy. Crazy work. Anyways, like, I'm done. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah. Anyways. Okay, guys, we're gonna end the video there. Wasn't the most productive one that I thought of, but it's fine. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and make sure to donate if you like to donate to the Archives BFF. Link in the bio. I hope everyone has a blessed day, and I will hope to see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.